So I was outside the other day drinking my can I talk please? My chai tea latte, and my dogs were out there like they usually are, right? And they were just laying out there, and if you have dogs, you'll know that they just kind of do this thing where they just hang around all day and they do nothing, obviously, because they have nothing to do. And they were just chilling out, and I had this weird, I don't know why I thought this thought, but I was like, wow, look at them go. They can just sit there for hours and be sleeping or napping or just sitting there and staring at space. And I can't do that. I don't have the attention span for that. And that might be why I'm crocheting while making a video right now. But also, this has just been my hyperfixation lately, and I cannot stop crocheting. Every time I sit down, I also feel this kind of like guilty thing that I think also a lot of other women experience. If you're a woman, you'll get this. But I can't sit down and just relax. I have to be doing something productive, and so crocheting has been that for me lately. So I watch my show, I watch my little Teen Wolf, and I crochet for hours straight. Every other day I'll go get some exercise, but other than that, I'm pretty much bumming at the house. So yeah, I was like, you know what, let me do something productive and make a YouTube video. I realized that I've been talking about mental things with ADHD and autism a lot lately. So, you know, how like we have trouble socializing, we have sensitivity issues, we have this, that, and the other. But I realized I haven't talked about the physical symptoms. I also haven't seen anyone else really talk about it. And I'm not just talking like, you kind of argue the same thing with sensory issues, with like it's a body to mind issue, but I'm talking about things you're born with because you have autism and ADHD, which I didn't even know this was a thing, because I don't think I've talked about this before. I've sprained my ankles 11 times, and I used to be pretty active. I was in a lot of sports. I still do these things. I still like ski and stuff. I used to do ski racing. I was pretty into it. And so when you do a lot of sports, you increase your opportunity to hurt yourself. And so I ended up spraining my ankle a lot because of, I think 2 times it was in lacrosse, some other times it was soccer, you know, whatever. If you have the same issue, you'll know what I mean. It just kind of happens. It's also been stupid little things. Like the first time I did it, it was in a field and I was just running in this field with my friend, and there was just this random pothole there, and I guess my body decided to give out and cripple me. And I sprained my ankle for the first time on that day. Yeah, but basically I found out that this thing that I have, I actually don't remember what it's called. I got it diagnosed and everything, but it's a childhood disorder. And it's basically when your joints are not put together very well, which is a very common thing. We'll talk about this with ADHD and autism. And you also, a lot of autistic people tend to have injuries with their legs because for some reason, autistic people tend to have their muscles and their joints are put together differently than the quote unquote normal people. So you can get a lot more injuries. And this is another thing, like, I think I've always struggled with this hypertension that a lot of autistic and ADHD people have too, because I've ran very weird. Like I've always had this really weird posture, and I have to actively think of having a quote unquote normal posture to look normal. And this is with walking and running as well. I used to literally run like this. I used to run like that. And I remember my mom commented on it once. And since then I had been insecure about it. And so I quote unquote fixed it, but it's still a conscious thought I have to have. Anyways, let's stop ranting. So I actually did research for this video, and if you have been watching my videos, you'll know that I don't do research. It's not a thing I do. I just go on very passionate, long rants that are completely unfounded. No scientific, data. But I did it this time because I felt like I'd be kind of talking out of my ass if I just talked about all these experiences I had, but it could just be a genetic thing, not necessarily like an ADHD autism thing. But when I researched into it today, I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is actually totally true. What I'm dealing with is founded, and it's probably not just a familial thing, like a family thing. So yeah, let's talk about it. So physical signs, right? I've already talked, there's like, if you want to know mental signs, go watch a different video because I've talked so much about it. I think I've actually run out of things to talk about mentally. So yeah. So all the autism things I'm going to talk about are from the University of Cambridge. I'll put the links of the research papers I found below. There might be some discrepancies. You guys can check it, peer review it, whatever. So if they're not good sources, then disregard this entire video, I guess. And all the ADHD stuff I got from the Mental Health Clinic. It's a UK organization, I believe. So yeah, the first thing is autistic people are more likely to have physical health conditions across all body systems, which is kind of crazy. So this is a shared trait between ADHD and autism, but we tend to have brain issues. So this is like migraines. I get migraines. And my mom tends to get crippling migraines, but it's once a year and it's so bad she can't get out of bed, but I don't get that. I get like these migraines that are bad enough to not want to walk around and live a normal life, but at the same time it's not bad enough where like I can't see or anything. It's just this like it feels like a tension headache right up here. And it's kind of like on my forehead, my big forehead, and but it's nothing like I hear some people get migraines in the like sides of their head and stuff and in their eyeballs. I don't really get that. I found that I actually get migraines quickly if I drink bad quality water, which is such a weak and soy thing to have. I would not have survived 1,000 years ago. Like that is such a crazy, meek little thing to have. But yeah, I don't even know that's true because it could just be a coincidence and I'm just kind of like making up a reason for me to have these migraines. But yeah, that's a thing. And then there's also the symptom of gastrointestinal system issues. So this is like celiacs disease and stuff, which I have too. I pretty much check all of these things off I check all these boxes. I don't have celiacs, but I have a gluten intolerance and I have weird food sensitivities. I also have, this wasn't in the research thing. This is my personal experience, but I also have a lot of issues with fragrances and using certain things on my skin. I have a very extensive skincare routine to the point where it's a little worrying, but I have to be very careful with what I put on my skin. I remember me, my mom, and my sister used to have like these girly nights or whatever, and we would get these masks from like Walgreens, and they were let me see if I can find a picture. I might actually edit this video. I'll put a picture up of these masks because some of you might have used these too. They're very nostalgic, and they're like, they come out of like this squeezy top, like it's a go-go squeeze, but it like hardens on your face. Some of them do, like it's like the charcoal peel-off mask. But I remember I couldn't really use those masks because my skin would get so red and rashy. And so there's things like that. Like I have to be careful. I can only use Dove sensitive skin bars for my body. I love Dove when it comes to that stuff. And deodorant is really weird for me too. So I can use a deodorant for maybe like 2 weeks straight and then I start to get allergic to it. So you also might have issues with the endocrine system. So this is endometriosis, which I had an whatever it is. I had a scare a little bit ago, but I kind of just realized that I was overweight and unhealthy. And so I was causing issues with my periods and stuff, which is a little TMI. Maybe I'll cut that out, but I probably won't because I don't care. And and then the last part of this one is obesity. And why did I say it like that? Obesity and chronic pain. So you're going to be more likely to have that if you're autistic, especially, but also ADHD. That's another one that is shared. And the obesity thing is especially more so an ADHD thing because of impulsivity issues, which I struggle with. I am a victim. And like that, because I used to have a really bad binge eating thing. I still cannot get enough of sugary foods, even though I know it's bad for me. So I actually just made this, it's not that good, honestly, but it's a tofu, chickpea, and what's the other things in it? It's got like vanilla extract and whatever. And you blend it all together with like cocoa powder and these medjool dates, I don't know. And then you pop it in the oven. It's basically supposed to be this healthy chocolate cheesecake. It tastes like I don't know, it doesn't taste that awesome, but it's okay enough to satisfy my sweet tooth, so I guess I'll keep eating it, but I have a feeling I'm gonna get sick of it pretty soon. It's still in my fridge. I ate one slice last night, but it's only got 200 calories per slice, so all right. So I've had to resort to, this has to go with the, I'm not just going on a rant, this has to go with the binge eating thing and obesity. I've actually had to resort, the past couple months, I've been very strict, which I'm kind of low-key, I'm just realizing this. I'm kind of proud of myself for doing this and actually sticking to something, because this is something I always have an issue with, doing things that are good for me and sticking to it, because of building habits is really hard for me, and that's an ADHD thing as well. But yeah, so it's gotten to a point where I have to count my calories, because if I don't, I'll overeat. And so I have to have these kind of ridiculous rules in my life just to make sure I'm healthy and happy and whatever. And yeah, so that's not fun, and that's something that kind of feels unfair. But at the same time, ADHD kind of has some awesome perks to it, like the fact that I can hyperfixate on making this crochet thing and make a blanket. I'll probably be done with this in 2 weeks, which might be hard for some people. I feel like that's pretty fast to make a big queen size blanket, but yeah. So also, autistic people have higher rates of 33 conditions. They didn't include all 33 in this research paper, but it includes some of these: celiacs, endometriosis, syncope, which is something I just learned about, which is passing out disorder, vertigo, eczema, I have that, anemia, I think I have that, because I almost passed out last night because I was laying on my floor watching videos, because I was running the shower, but then I got distracted because I was gonna post something on my story. It was actually the same hairstyle, because I put beads in my hair and stuff, and I wanted to post it because I'm like, oh, it's so cool, and put some music to it. But then I couldn't find the right music, so I just got up and got in the shower. But when I got up to go get in the shower, I had to hold on to my desk because I was almost gonna pass out. And my sister has been having this thing with iron lately too. But I think it's just because I went for a run for the first time, and I'm a fat ass. And so I haven't run in like 2 years. So I think that was just it, to be honest. Anyways, let's stop putting myself down. So yeah, I have a lot of these things right here. But also, this really cool thing that I found in this research paper is they actually analyzed autistic women, which is a very rare thing in these research papers. They found that compared to quote-unquote normal people, all these simple symptoms are compared to quote-unquote normal people, non-autistic people, by the way, and non-ADHD people. So they found that these things were more common in autistic women than non-autistic women, which was loose joints / hypermobility, I have that, skin that bruises easily, I have that, extreme tiredness, I kind of have that, digestive issues, I have that, and wounds that are slow to heal, I also have that. I guess I didn't realize, actually I'm not going to share that because that's TMI, but let's just say that I know that I bruise very easily and really badly too, and it takes a long time for them to go away. And let me think of a time that, yeah, like if I get a paper cut on my fingers or something, it takes like a whole week for it to heal, and it'll reopen and stuff, and it's just really gross. Piercings take a really, really long time for me to heal. My ear piercings, I got when my first ones. I have 3 on this ear, you can't see. I pierced these ones myself. Don't do that at home, okay? That's not me advising you. But I also tried to pierce my own cartilage. I don't know if you can tell from here, but I actually broke my cartilage because it got inflamed and infected because I did it at home, so obviously. And it broke my cartilage there, so now I have like this piece of bone that I can feel where the break is. Anyways, so what was I gonna say about these? Oh yeah, I got them done when I was 6, and they would keep getting not really infected, but like they would get red and swollen and bumpy for years after I got them. I think up until they only stopped getting angry with me about maybe like when I was like 13 or 14 or so. And I do think it's because I didn't realize at the time, I also have a very severe allergy to metals that aren't quality. Like if I put not a metal that isn't completely stainless steel or sterling silver, any of that, you know, the good metals in my ear, by the end of the day, my ear will be infected. Like it'll be like inflamed and bumpy and all this stuff. And that's something, if you're a dude watching this, that's probably something, because most, just statistically, more men don't have jewelry, so you probably wouldn't even know this about yourself until you poke yourself and put metal in it and see how you react. And yeah, so that happens. I also have, it's the same topic with me having allergies to everything. It's metals, fragrances. Even with colognes, like certain colognes that men wear or women, I get a reaction, like I get headaches and migraines from them if they're really strong, or some of them, like Armani does that, or that really bad, what was that really bad body spray? Axe always gives me migraines. And yeah, it's just like, I'm so sensitive for what? I'm back to my point about me not surviving 1,000 years ago. It just wouldn't happen. And anyways, so, oh, hello. And so where's the next point? Let's see. So we already said wounds are slow to heal, blah, blah, blah. So we also have higher rates of overall central sensitivity. So we have more central sensitivity syndromes compared to quote unquote normal people. So this includes IBS, TMJ, which is the thing you have when your jaw dislocates, and migraines, of course, tinnitus, so that's the ringing in the ears, and fibromyalgia, which I actually don't know what that is, but I've heard of it. I don't know what that is, and I'm not going to look it up, and that's okay. And I just realized I was supposed to crochet this whole video, and I never did, so I was too passionate. So yeah, I'll link these things down in this description in case you want to fact check me or whatever, or you can just trust what I say. But yeah, so do I want to say anything else? Is there anything else that I deal with that I haven't said? Oh yeah, skin issues. So I already kind of briefly touched on it, but eczema, I'm spitting everywhere. I need to calm down. I have eczema. So there was this really weird thing when I used to live in Michigan. So I'm in Michigan now. I lived in Miami for 2 years because I was sick of getting eczema every single winter and all the issues that winter brings for me, which I'm not excited about this coming winter, but I would always get eczema on my wrists, of all places, on my wrists, and it would like crack open and bleed, and my hands all over too. I would also get eczema right here at my neckline. And I think what was happening, because the first time I got eczema there was when I was skiing, and my balaclava, is that how you say balaclava? Didn't completely cover my neck right here because I was wearing a sweatshirt, I think. I just really don't like wearing jackets for some reason. I just much prefer sweatshirts, because also when you're skiing, it's this really weird balance between getting really sweaty and hot when you're going down the mountain and skiing, but then on the chairlift up, it's really cold because all that sweat is like cooling off. But yeah, so I just don't like jackets because it traps in all that sweat. It's a sensory thing for me. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't cover this part, and I was zooming down the hills, and it got super red and cracked and dry, I guess, and it triggered my eczema. Because that's the thing, my eczema triggers by cold things, but only in the winter. Like if I wash my hands with cold water, it triggers it, and it starts again. And whenever I get a new spot, like with that neck, it'll come back every winter as soon as I get eczema anywhere else. It's like a whole body thing. It's very strange. You know, I'm actually not allergic to poison ivy though. My sister and my dad both are, but I'm not. I can rub it all over me and I'm completely fine. I did end up getting this very severe case of seborrheic dermatitis about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I don't know if you guys can see, but my hair, like, it looks like my hair is damaged. It's not. It's actually the healthiest it's ever been. But all this stuff is just new growth because I lost half of my head of hair a year and a half ago. It was so bad. So now you guys can see, I'm kind of showing off my hairstyle too right now, but you can see my hair is decently thick. it's pretty short now, and it has a lot of layers. So this is like the longest layer you see. Most of it is, half of it is up right now. But when I lost all of my hair, I literally only had this much across my whole head. And so I remember when I first got the seborrheic dermatitis, if you don't know what it is, it's basically when your body gets allergic to the fungus that naturally lives on your head. Everybody has it, and it's kind of gross to think about, but everybody has it, and your body gets allergic to it, and it starts like rapidly making skin cells, and it causes a lot of dandruff, and your head gets so inflamed and so painful that your hair starts to fall out because the follicles are so inflamed. I remember the first shower I took, my hair was coming out in literal handfuls, and I couldn't let it go down the drain. It was so much, it would like clog the shower, so I had to take it out in handfuls and throw it out in this thing. It was so bad. Yeah, I had that. So there's a lot of, what do you call it, immune system issues that I have, and I believe it's because of autism and the ADHD. All these allergies I have, and all the, you know, the seborrheic dermatitis, I think I still to this day have to take care of that, because if I let my hair go, if I go to bed with my hair wet, which I used to do for my entire life, and I never had any issues, it would flare up again. And so I have to make sure, my hair takes literally more than 2 hours to dry. I got out of the shower last night at 9, and I was up until 11:30, and I went to bed and my hair was still slightly damp. I put it into 2 braids, so usually it's fine because it'll dry out because I split my hair in half. So, but yeah, so it takes a really long time to dry. But there's something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. Oh, I do have pronating feet. Like, I have really, really high arches, so I have to get specific shoe inserts because of that. Otherwise my feet will pronate in, but I'm pretty sure that also could just be from me spraining my ankle so many times. I was supposed to get surgery, and I didn't because I was a captain for marching band. I was a captain for color guard for 2 years, and my priorities were misplaced. I totally could have gotten surgery and still been a captain, but I wanted to be there for my team and all the goopy shit. And I didn't want to be sitting on the sidelines, because I feel like as a captain, you're supposed to lead, you know, from the front. That sounds really cringy, but I didn't want to just be sitting there and like twirling my flag in my wheelchair or whatever. So I just didn't get the surgery, and now I'm dealing with the consequences because my feet hurt all the time. Like, I can stand at work. The first like 2 weeks I work anywhere after I've had a break, like I am now, like I'm not employed at all. My feet will really hurt, but it'll get better. I get used to it, but it still hurts more than most people because of that. And yeah, my joints pop all the time. I can be sitting there and I can pop my knee joint without getting up. Like, I don't know if this is a normal thing, but I just twist my knee. It's hard to explain, but you just twist your ankle, I guess, and it twists your knees with it, and it'll pop. I can also, like, yeah, like me just straightening out my back there, it popped 3 times. In the morning, if I like put out my arm like this, it'll pop. That was really weird how my fat just jiggled there. Anyways, yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. If I think of something and I didn't say it, I think I'm gonna be kind of pissed off with myself, but I feel like I said enough. It's almost 30 minutes long. So I think I'll edit this video. Give me something to do today because it's kind of rainy, and I've just been inside crocheting, and I baked some really strange cookies, and they didn't flatten out like normal cookies do because I didn't put any eggs or anything in them because I was gonna eat it like raw cookie dough, but then suddenly I was put off by eating it raw, so I put it in the oven, but it didn't cook normally, and so just it ended up being like a cookie biscuit. But all right, go eat something that's good for you today. Eat something healthy. Go eat some carrots with ranch. Freaking slap. Baby carrots, love them right now. I love peanut butter right now. I love the gluten-free Goodles mac and cheese. Big fan. I've got a lot of food hyperfixations going on right now. But anyways, go be healthy, be cool, and stay safe, I guess. Or not. Do something crazy, I guess. Okay, All right, I'll see you guys in the next video whenever I decide to make one.